Hey everybody, Tom Barnes, stories from the 78 in Roscoe Village. Right here at Hoyne in Roscoe, you have this old school neighborhood joint called the Village Tap. Been here since 1990. Jeff purchased it a few years ago. He's been running it ever since. And it's been home to a bar for like the last 100 years. So you gotta come by and check in the ambiance, the old school bar, inside and everything else. I'm gonna talk to Jeff now, talk about some of the food and the history for this story from the 78. All right, you're taking a look at the historic Brunswick bar inside the Village Tap, and I'm with Jeff, the owner. How you doing, Jeff?
Good. How you doing?
Awesome, man. I'm so excited. I have not been here in a while, so I apologize for not being here in a while, but this was like an old softball haunt of mine, and here we are. Now it's yours, and it's been yours for, almost, like 8 years or so,
Yeah,
right?
it's about 8 years, yes.
Yeah, so give me a little history of the story of you getting the bar. I know there was a previous owner and all that good stuff. Why don't you share a little bit?
Yeah, Mike Green opened the Village Tap in 1990. He was the owner up until he passed away unexpectedly in 2017. At that time, I had quit my corporate job. I was
Good for you.
Plan was to take a year off and kind of figure out the next move. But his business partners didn't want it, and his family didn't want it. So me and a mutual friend of Mike's decided to keep the Village Tap moving forward. So we took it over, and it's been a great run.
I love it. It's almost like the story from Cocktail, the movie with Tom Cruise back in the day, which I'm sure you hate when people reference because it's about a bar, but whatever. But this place, the bar itself, an old Brunswick bar, and it's just littered with things that make it super unique, including the photos behind that connects to the photo booth back that way. Where did that come from?
That started probably about 20 plus years ago. We do have still an analog photo booth. It is not digital. So yeah, we started putting them up, and it just became like a thing we're known for. And some of those pictures that are up there are over 20 years old.
Yeah, I imagine a lot of those folks have lived in this neighborhood for one point in time in their lives. Are there some lifers that have moved to Roscoe Village and like, I'm never leaving, I'm calling it home, right?
Both, yeah. We have folks that have even left the state and come back, and they'll try and find their picture up on the back bar. So
yeah, it'll stay up as long as it can, right?
Yeah, until they fall off.
Until they fall off, right? But I imagine that's what people love to do when they come in, to take their photo, sit at the bar, cozy up, and then you have this great spot out back that has been a great addition, and now it's fully enclosed for the winter as well.
Yeah, it's fully enclosed and heated, so it is a year-round beer garden. It's usually warmer back there than it actually is inside because there's not a door constantly opening. Sure. But yeah, that's kind of one of the things we're known for is that beer garden, both in the winter, and then obviously it's got a retractable roof, so in the summer it's just a great place to hang out and have a couple beers in the sun.
I imagine this place is also just a great neighborhood meeting spot. I mean, because Roscoe is not as busy of a street as say like Western or something like that. So you got a lot of walking traffic, and people like what people remember about bars, or even the old Cheers song where everybody knows your name. It's kind of the vibe that you got going on in here.
It is very much the vibe that we have going on here. It is a neighborhood spot, particularly during the week and during lunch. A lot of folks will come in here, work for a couple hours, have lunch. And then on the weekend and at nights, it's a little bit less of a neighborhood spot, but still,
well, it's nice in Chicago. Got to have a little good time, right?
Yeah.
But you mentioned food. What do we got right here? Just because I thought we'd mentioned some of the food in that. You guys pump out a lot of food out of that little kitchen back there.
Kitchen is tiny.
Yeah, but what do we got here?
We have our chicken Caesar wrap. It went viral about 2 years ago. And ever since then, it's been our #1 item. Even outsells our beers of the month.
What made it go viral?
Some person on TikTok just put it on and talked about how great it is. Everything is made in-house. The Caesar dressing is made here. Chicken is from downstate Illinois. Mm-hmm. And yeah, it's just it's a great wrap.
And you wash it down with your own beer that you can only get here, right?
Yeah, It Takes a Village. It's brewed by our friends over at Beguile Brewing. It is a hazy IPA.
I'm going to try it as you're talking because, why not?
And,
sorry, I don't mean to make me drink by myself.
Yeah, I wish I had one.
I'm sorry. You want to go grab one? Go for it. I just want to try it.
Yeah.
Go ahead. Explain.
So we've been brewing it with Beguile since 2019. It was kind of an ode to Mike Green, the previous owner, and it's a kind of a cross between a West Coast and a hazy IPA. It's got all the juiciness of a hazy, but still some residual bitterness of a West Coast IPA.
Yeah, that's fantastic, and I meant that would wash really well with that. I won't do the disservice of trying food on the on air here, but going back to a little bit of the neighborhood vibe of the place. I came in here years ago because of softball and stuff like that. Do you guys still do any of that kind of stuff?
We do still sponsor some teams. We're sponsoring a soccer team and a couple under 9 softball, both softball and baseball, and some basketball teams.
If there's somebody who's never been here before and they're just watching and they heard about the wrap here and the beer, what else do you want them to know about this place? What makes this so special?
What makes it so special is my employees. The staff here is just amazing. You come in one time, they're going to remember your name, they're going to remember what you ordered, and they're just going to literally treat you like you're a good friend of theirs. And that's how Mike started this place, made it such a great bar, and that's the tradition that we're carrying on. We kind of view this as my living room. The back is my backyard. Everybody's welcome. And it's all about my staff.
And then I imagine you have some fun events throughout the year in the summertime when the beer garden is at full glory, right?
Yeah, we do a lot of events. One of the more special events we do is something that we call the Behind the Garden series. We have a bunch of grills and smokers in the back, and we team up with a private chef, my friend Tommy Van Lente of TVL Culinary, and we put on usually about a 5-course meal paired with different wines, and it's all grilled over a live fire.
That's fantastic. When does that happen?
We usually do it 2 to 3 times a year, depending on weather. So the first one will be this spring. We usually do one in summer and one in fall. Oh,
I will be back for that. That sounds fantastic. And I just got to put a nod out to the old school arcade games that you have back there. You don't have a big selection, but what you do have, it counts.
Yeah. You can't discount Pac-Man.
No, never. That's a staple in any bar, right? So, thank you for taking time to chat with me. I appreciate it. And if people want to learn more about what you guys do or just read about you guys have a website or social media handles?
Yeah, our website is villagetap.com, and our social media handles are Village Tap Chicago.
Awesome, Jeff. Thanks a lot. Happy Friday to you, and cheers. Sorry I drank without offering you to grab a beer. I apologize.
Thank you very much.
No problem. All right, that is a story from the 78 here at the Village Tap, Tom Barney, Chicago at gmail.com. If you have a story from the 78 suggestion, or head over to the website, storiesfromthe78.com. We'll see you guys later. Take care.